What's going on, guys? Dots here, and today I'm bringing you a beginner's guide to the Pearl and Loyalty shop in Black Desert Online. So the Pearl shop is the game's microtransaction store, and Pearls are the microtransaction currency. And one of the things that I see most commonly asked by newer players is what is worth buying with Pearls from the Pearl shop. And the game has changed quite a lot over the last couple of years, obviously, as MMOs do. And in my opinion, the recommendations for what you should buy off of the Pearl shop are definitely different now than they were a couple of years ago, just due to the way that the game has changed and the free things that are given out. So I want to just personally discuss with you guys today what items I recommend buying with Pearls, what items I recommend buying with loyalties, what items I would avoid, and just even what Pearls and loyalties are. So starting off with that, loyalties are basically these points that you obtain every day through doing challenges / basically just like playing the game. And you can basically, it's like a free currency that you can get to purchase certain things from the loyalty shop, which you can find here. So for example, if I want to add like another Nader's band slot through loyalties, I can see 20,000 loyalties. If I collect those over time, I will be able to buy one of these per account, basically. So this is just, it's like a free currency that you earn every day from playing the game, and is a way to get items off of the Pearl shop that you would otherwise have to spend. Like here, 1100 pearls, you'd have to spend real money. Now, Pearls are, again, like I said earlier, the microtransaction currency. Now, to actually buy Pearls, you have to buy these things called A coins. And so you're going to want to click top up, and then it's going to actually take you to their website. And then that is when you can buy the stuff, or you can, click the Pearl box, click purchase, and then it'll say, insufficient A coin, would you like to purchase? You hit enter, and then it'll also take you to the website. You buy the A coin, and then you can exchange that for Pearls. The Pearls then go into your Pearl inventory on your character. So if you press the inventory thing, click Pearl, you'll see the box of Pearls here, and then you can use it, and then boom, they're added to your account. The Pearl shop is also accessed from this icon here at the bottom right of your screen. So now that we're actually in the Pearl shop, what do I recommend buying? There's really only two things that I think are, I would say, like a quote mandatory buy. And I just want to say before I get into this that everyone is going to think that something else is mandatory, because everyone plays BDO differently. It's a sandbox game, and so for different people, different things are mandatory in their eyes. And so obviously at the end of the day, these are just my recommendations. So if you think that things that I don't recommend are mandatory for you, buy them. You have to make your own decisions. These are just my opinions on what I think people should buy. The first thing that I think is a mandatory buy for most people is the campsite. I don't know if it's called tent or campsite. Here we go. The Dayfart campsite. It is one of the most expensive things on BDO shop at a massive 4,900 pearls. But it is one of the single biggest quality of life things that you could buy for yourself off of the Pearl shop. You get access to the ability to purchase like potions and stuff when you're out in the world. You're able to repair your gear when you're out in the world. You are able to get certain buffs and things from this little vendor guy while you're out there. You have a camping container to store items with that has a weight limit. Like, you just get so many good quality of life things from actually placing down the camp, which I would say the biggest thing is probably the vendor, as well as the ability to repair. So basically, while you're out in the world and you're grinding, you could click the camping tool here. It'll say install campsite, and then boom, you can actually put it down. And it just basically, the reason that the campsite is so good is because it makes it so that while you're grinding, if let's say your gear starts to break, you do not have to run all the way back to a town or all the way back to an outpost or whatever to actually repair your gear. You can just really quickly repair it while you're there. If you need more potions while you're playing, you can buy some. Like, it just gives you so much quality of life while you're out grinding. And personally, I think it is one of the biggest quality of life things to purchase for your BDO account, and it's like one of my only big like mandatory buys. Now I would say though that you know, as I mentioned, these things, do keep in mind, I would recommend only investing money in BDO once you're 100% sure that you want to play the game. A lot of people make the mistake of spending a lot of money really quickly, and then they start playing the game, and they're like, ah, it's not really for me. Play the game for a little bit, see if you like it, and then if you determine, hey, I like the game and I do want to put some money into it, then at this point you can look into these things. The only second mandatory buy I would personally have is the value pack. The value pack is what I would like consider like this game's quote, you know, subscription type of deal. Basically what you're able to do is get a ton of bonuses from having the value pack active. The value pack, while active on your account, gives you 16 inventory slots, 16 storage slots, extra combat skill, life, and mount experience. You can invest in nodes with energy. You have extra weight. You get extra silver from the central market sales. You get extra item collection scrolls. You can use the beauty salon to change the way your character looks at any point. You can get a ton of extra dyes to dye your gear, and then you get some other bonuses. Now the value pack, the reason I say in my opinion it's a mandatory buy is because you technically can buy it off of the MP, which again, if you want to go a more free to play route, you can absolutely do that. But just something to keep in mind is that for me, I've noticed that the MP ones do sell quite slow. At least that's something I've experienced. But what you could always do is, you know, if you really are liking BDO, you can buy one value pack, get yourself kind of going with it, and then place a pre-order for one on the MP so that, you know, within the month that you have the value pack purchased, you know, if you get another one, if you get the one off the MP, boom, you have another month essentially for free or just through in-game silver. So now moving into some other items that I just think are definitely good to consider. Number one would be the maids or the butlers. So basically the transaction maids will allow you to access your central market from anywhere in the world. You can summon the maid and then either deposit or withdraw things from your central market, while the storage maid, on the other hand, lets you access or deposit into the storage of the region that you are in. These are really good as a way to get remote access to your bank as well as your marketplace. But something that I would keep in mind, and why I'm putting this not in the mandatory slot, is because they do give out an absolute boatload of maids for free. So I would really look into the monthly rewards, see if they're going to be giving any out, and then obviously, you know, if they are, you can wait to get those. But otherwise, you know, if you want to invest in some, go ahead. I don't think I've bought that many maids personally over my time playing. I maybe have once or twice, but I have, if we look at my maids, I personally have 5 storage maids and 7 central markets, and most of those I got for free. So it is something that you could just wait for them to give out in the monthly rewards. One of the other things that I recommend taking a look into is the Celestial Horn / the Trainer's Flute. This is one of the biggest upgrades that you can get for quality of life when it just comes to summoning your mount. It's extremely good. Basically, this allows you to call your mount from wherever it is in the world, while then the Trainer's Flute, on the other hand, will just extend the range of what you can, you know, how long you can call your mount. It's just a really good quality of life thing. It's not, again, not mandatory. It's just a nice thing to have. However, if the Celestial Horn is a little out of your budget and you can't afford it and you don't want to spend money on the Trainer's Flute, the Trainer's Flute can be purchased on the MP if you are willing to wait. And then you could actually always get one of these little Celestial Horn spirit things for only 750 pearls that lets you turn that Trainer's Flute into a Celestial Horn. So that is a way to go about it if you want to, but it's just something definitely to consider. The other thing that I would recommend, now, you could obviously buy these off of the MP, or you could buy them here on the Pearl Shop, would be outfits. Outfits do give you some bonuses for wearing them. So if we look at my character, not only do you look a lot cooler, but you get an extra 10 meter vision range, 10% combat XP, 10% skill XP, and you get reduced death penalty resistance and gear durability consumption for just wearing the outfit. And plus, you look really cool, you know, because when you wear a boss armor, you look a little bit silly, in my opinion. Now, you can easily buy these off the marketplace if you're just willing to, again, wait for somebody to sell the outfit, or if you are being a little impatient, you can buy it off the Pearl Shop. There's only 2 more things that I would highly recommend getting from the Pearl Shop. One of them is going to be underwear for your character. This can be nice to have because it gives you an extra point of luck, and each luck level will increase item drop rate by 2.5%. And while I know that does not sound like a lot of the items that you do grind for in BDO are incredibly rare, and so any little tiny bit of item drop rate increase, in my opinion, is worth looking into. So again, not a mandatory buy, but definitely something I would consider. And then the final thing that I would consider is a pair of glasses for your character, because these can increase the chance of gaining knowledge from monsters by 50%. This becomes a little bit more relevant later in the game. So again, definitely not mandatory, especially if you're just starting out. But when you're trying to eventually really gain your knowledge for ecology and other things, having the glasses can just help make that a little bit easier. So again, just something to think about. Not mandatory by any means right now, but something that I would definitely consider looking into. Now, items that I would recommend buying with loyalties is going to be weight and inventory. You can actually get a good bit of weight and inventory from the loyalty shop totally for free. So you can get, I believe, 200 additional weight from the loyalty shop. And then in terms of inventory space, you can also get 8 additional inventory slots from the loyalty shop. You know, I would say that purchasing weight and inventory is not as necessary as it used to be. That's typically what you're going to see a lot of people recommend. I will say, though, if you do notice yourself playing the game and you feel like you are being bottlenecked by your weight and inventory, you can definitely feel free to purchase some, especially if they are running a sale. You can usually get a really good deal on it, or if you have a coupon or something. But from people I've talked to and just noticing myself coming back, if you literally just like play on the season servers and get all the juices that you can get and get all the inventory increases that you get from just playing on the season servers, I have really yet to feel a need to buy inventory or weight on a new season character. I personally have not noticed it. So I think the ones that you get from the loyalty shop are good enough. But again, if for some reason you do feel like you are being bottlenecked, that is something that you can absolutely purchase. But just remember that inventory and weight are character specific. Same thing with the outfit, the underwear, the glasses, that stuff is, and the celestial horn, that stuff is character specific. So again, with all of these things, really keep in mind that you're going to want to, this is one of my gripes with BDO, is that so much stuff is character specific. So really consider who your main is going to be before you buy it. That's why my big recommendations are things like the tent and the campsite, the value pack, stuff like the maids, because that shit is account wide. The other thing that I would potentially recommend looking into from loyalties is going to be the Nader's band. You can get the Nader's band. It just helps you with enhancement and being able to store fail stacks. There's a quest that you can do. I'll leave it linked in the description below, and it just makes it really a lot easier to do enhancement. And this gives you a second Nader slot. Really helpful. Definitely worth saving up. It's just going to make enhancement for you much easier. Now, some things that I would highly recommend avoiding from the Pearl shop and that may become tempting is, number one, the Book of the Old Moon. Secret Book of Old Moon here for 1,250 pearls. There's no reason to buy this. These sell very well on the MP. I would just literally buy them from there. If you feel like you need these bonuses, just buy them straight off the marketplace. I'd never buy these from the Pearl shop ever. And then the other thing that I would recommend not buying is the Blessing of Kama Sylve. Again, 1,250 pearls. Note this is the main boost of this is the the item drop rate, the transaction storage made volume limits, as well as the warehouse capacity. But again, buy this off the MP. This sells extremely well off the marketplace, and I would not recommend buying it with pearls. If you really feel like you need this is probably the buff I have running the least. If you feel like you need this, buy it off the MP, but otherwise I would not spend real money on it. And then, believe it or not, the final thing that I'm going to recommend avoiding on the shop, and this may come as a surprise to many people, is going to be pets. You get a lot of pets nowadays in Black Desert Online completely for free. Now, why are pets important? Pets are basically the way for you to automatically loot while you are running around. You can have up to 5 in grinding. You can have up to 5 pets active at a time, and they are this game's form of auto loot. Okay, and like I said, you could have 5 active, but nowadays you get 4 pets for free from doing the main quest, and you can buy pets off the marketplace. So you can literally get a full roster of pets by just buying 1 off the marketplace and getting 4 from the main quest. In my opinion, there's no need nowadays to really buy them off of the Pearl shop. Now, unless there's a specific pet that you particularly want that has a certain perk like you're looking for, like a hedgehog for gathering or a penguin for fishing, and it's on sale in the Pearl shop, Like, you can buy those, but otherwise I personally would just stick to the free ones or buying them off the MP. Pearl Abyss also does give away tons of T4 pets through the daily login rewards. I know 2 of my tier 4 pets that I have I got for free. So, you know, just save your money. Don't go crazy buying pets. If you know, I think if you look through a lot of old recommendation threads on what to buy off the Pearl Shop, you see a lot of people recommending pets, but in my opinion nowadays, I don't find it as necessary. But guys, I know this was a little bit more of a rambly video. It was a little bit unscripted, but I just wanted to just kind of talk about my thoughts about the Pearl Shop, things that I thought were worth buying and considering, and things that I would consider mandatory or maybe that I would avoid. Now, if you are a veteran of Black Desert, what do you think people should prioritize off of the Pearl Shop, and what should they look into buying, or what do you think they should avoid? Let me know in that comment section below, and so that the other beginners to the game can see those recommendations. And if you guys did find this video helpful, I would really appreciate a lot if you left a like on it. It does help me a lot in the YouTube algorithm. And if you have any questions about the Pearl Shop or any questions for me, feel free to leave those in the comments below. And for more BDO beginner guides, feel free to hit that sub button as well as the bell to keep those notifications on so that you never miss an upload. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today's video. I do very much appreciate it. As always, I'm Dots Gaming, and I'll see you all in the next one.